This is my 2007 MacBook Pro 15-inch, 2.4 gigahertz. I've upgraded it quite a bit. It's got 6 gigs of RAM and an SSD, and it was a pretty fast machine considering how old it was. Unfortunately, this is one that was and is again affected by the NVIDIA GPU issue that so many of these had problems with. I think particularly the 07 and 08 MacBook Pros had problems with it. Basically, if you don't know what I mean, there would be graphical artifacting or a complete lack of video from the internal screen or external screen for that matter. And after that, your laptop's pretty much dead unless you go ahead and bake the motherboard or reflow the motherboard or the graphics chip, whatever you want to say. So I'll show you, excuse the dishes, I just had breakfast, what this thing does. Now, did I turn on the plug strip? Yes, I did. So now, and this is it's like a variant of what this thing can do. It boots up, and it looks like it's going to work. Now, I'll go into a little more detail on this laptop, just give you some background on it. As you can see, right here, it has a very, very nice screen. It looks like it's a little dim on camera over here and over here, but it's not. It's very, very bright and very uniform. It's quite nice. So we get the Apple logo, and then we get the spinning progress bar, and then it stops, and that's it. That's all you get. That is all it does. And this, I know from past experiences, means that the video chip is having issues, and there's nothing you can do about it. This thing won't boot off of a USB, it won't boot off of a CD, nothing. Just freezes up. The funny thing is, it's a little slow right now, there you go. It's actually booted to the desktop. Of course, it's being kind of slow right now, which is odd. There. And if I boot it off a USB, which I'll do now while I'm just talking, well, let me set you down for 1 minute. If I boot it off a USB, it actually works, but then it gets stuck at this Apple logo. So let's go ahead and reboot this thing forcefully, and I'll talk while this thing's booting up. So I bought this thing from, where did I buy it from? And why is it not turning on? There it goes. I bought this thing from a lady that came into the computer repair store that I worked at, and she was experiencing graphical glitches and freezing, and I told her right up front, like, you might get an hour out of this thing, you might get a year, I don't know, but it's going to die at some point. And she said, well, that's fine, that's kind of what I expected, I've already purchased a new one. Okay. So let's boot off the USB. I bought it from her, to make a somewhat long story short, for 75 bucks. It came completely as is. Now, this thing is also, I might add, in almost immaculate condition. It has a couple scratches from me, but before that, perfect, like museum quality, except for the trackpad, because she used the trackpad. Keyboard's fine, everything else is fine, it's perfect, honestly. But I had that damn video issue. So I got this, the power cable, and the original box and manuals for 75 bucks, brought it home, I baked the motherboard, and it worked. It started to work once again. And I probably got close to 2 years out of it until the other day I booted this thing up. It resumed from sleep, and then started to glitch out a little bit. I thought, that's odd. So I moved the mouse, and it froze. Completely frozen, nothing out of it. So I turned it off, turned it back on, and then what you saw earlier is all it would do. So I'm kind of debating what to do with this thing. Yeah, now this is as far as the progress bar goes, but as you should hear, maybe not just yet, it's actually, in a minute, it's going to be booted into the macOS installer. Because I was sitting here with this USB plugged in, and
English for the main language. Press the return key.
Yeah, see? You can hear voiceover in the background. So it does boot, but it just doesn't show anything. And this is, again, a very common issue for Mac devices that have bad GPUs. So, yeah, I'm debating whether or not I should bake this board again. As it is, I mean, it works, you can see it, but it's not usable in this state. So do I risk baking it once again? Look how nicely that closes, by the way. Oh, that is on par with that 17-inch iBook G4 that I have. Look at that. It's so nice. I'm sorry, I got distracted there. That was kind of funny. Voila. Do I bake it again and risk killing it completely, or do I sell it as is in a semi-functioning state and somebody else can dick with it? What do you guys think I should do? I don't really care either way. This is just a laptop that I use like on the couch sometimes. I don't even use it that much, so what do you guys think I should do? I'm going to go off your suggestions. Do I sell it? Ooh, didn't catch that time. There it goes. Do I sell it or do I bake it? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below what you think I should do, and I will do it. So, yeah, just want to put this out there to, first of all, put a video up online and to rant about my 2007 MacBook Pro with video issues. Yeah. Take care, everyone.